The best part of necromancy has to be the lack of overhead, right? I mean, ritual components are probably expensive, but hey, you don't have to pay your employees if they're dead. Black is the color of free will and amorality, but I also associate it with ambition or opportunism. It wants to win and will do anything to achieve that goal. Regardless of your definition though, it isn't the color of evil. I feel like we hear words like amoral, ambitious, or opportunistic and assume it's bad, but things tend to be a bit more complicated than that. Liliana Vess didn't become a necromancer for the sake of taking over the world. She did it to bring her brother back. I mean, it didn't work, and then she took out some student loans from a few demons, which transferred over to a dragon when she killed them. Then she started teaching or something? Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, black. The point is, as it almost always is in fantasy, that magic isn't inherently evil. It depends on who uses it, and for what purposes. Black uses it to turn everything on and around the board into more resources to generate value, sometimes to its own detriment. But how? Black's playstyle is fast and dirty. Honestly, it's probably the second fastest color after red, and it loves cheating. Generally, black does this with alternative costs, as in things you can pay rather than mana to make an effect happen. So, all your creatures, your graveyard, even your life total can be used to cheat in more expensive cards. Say you have 5 land and 5 creatures. Well, look again, because you've got 10 mana. What, you think you have 20 life? Wrong, you've got 19 mana. Graveyard, mana. Hand, mana, sometimes card draw. It's a very powerful and very costly teehee ability. It's kind of like being a warlock in D&D. You make deals with dark forces to reap some powerful rewards, but you better read that fine print or you'll be chained to a lemonade stand on the banks of the river Styx faster than you can say Asmodeus. Remember in the last video how I said there was only one color more complicated than blue? Well, black is that color, but not for the reason you might think. Sure, the sheer number of ways black can answer a threat, pay a cost, cheat a creature, and gets crazy, but no. The reason black is the most complicated color for new players is a matter of mindset. Magic the Gathering is, at heart, a resource management game. It splits your resources into about 4 categories: lands or mana generation, your library, your permanents, and instants and sorceries. Black kind of blends most of these categories together and adds a few new ones, which can be a lot for a new player. I remember when I was just starting out and having a creature be removed felt horrible. So the idea of running a deck where that's supposed to happen just didn't compute. The same is true of using your life total. Nothing feels more stressful than putting yourself at 5 life just for the sake of drawing a few cards. It is so easy to overextend with this color. What that means is, say you have 10 life and a card like Bolus's Citadel. That's a crazy powerful card that lets you cheat permanents into play at the cost of your own life, but if you aren't careful, you could end up with 1 life and still be miles away from winning. Black demands efficiency. Using your triggers, abilities, spells, and unconventional resources needs to be as precise as possible, or you risk either running out of steam or painting a big fat target on yourself. Juggling all of what black can do would be difficult enough, but the extra layer of complexity that comes from spending your permanents for value, you may as well give that player a Pokemon deck glued to a Rubik's Cube. While we're on the topic of permanents, what creature types show up in black the most? Well, when you take a look at them, you might get why black has a bad reputation. We're talking rats, we're talking zombies, we're talking vampires, all of which could be misunderstood, but it's hard to feel sympathy for them when they're biting you. Rats are up first, and boy do they love hordes. They tend to be fairly cheap, making it easy to get a lot of them on the board, either to swing out with or sacrifice. Rats also enjoy dealing non-combat damage, infect, discard effects, and messing with graveyards. But the only thing that might like hordes more than rats is zombies, and zombies love dying. Counterintuitively, they love it when they die, they love it when other things die, they love coming back from the dead, and they love doing pretty much all the same stuff rats do. They tend to be a bit more expensive to play, but usually come with powerful effects or are difficult to remove for long. Vampires, on the other hand, hate everything else. They're a bit middle of the road mana cost-wise, but almost always make up for it with their abilities. Sacrifice effects, aristocrat effects, edict effects, which is just sacrifice for other players. Vampires want to slowly drain your opponents, get stronger as things die, and enjoy building up their own horde. I'm sensing a bit of a pattern here. Some other types include demons, elves, skeletons, but it almost doesn't matter. The nice thing about most mono-black creature types is that they all want to have as many of their friends on board as possible, proving once and for all that black has the power of friendship. Wait. Anyway, you know when you're playing a video game and you switch to another one, how there's a good few moments where you have to learn new muscle memories? That's kind of like playing black. The moment you get into the mindset, the color shines. It's fun, weird, can do a lot, and has some of the best removal and value engines in the game, and rewards risk-taking, which makes it kind of tough to talk about. Because if you ask me what black can do, I'd be able to just point at all the other colors and say pretty much that, but with an extra cost. And you know what? That's a good thing. Black should feel powerful, versatile, and risky to play. It's meant to evoke the kind of wizard that would sell their soul for just a bit more power, and it does. But is it the strongest color? Well, unfortunately, the best card ever, Ashnod's Altar, is colorless and can fit into any deck. Still, if you like the idea of commanding a horde of undead, making risky decisions with some big benefits, controlling the board, turning everything at your disposal into value, or just being a jack of all trades, then black might be the color for you. If not, stay tuned. We're doing red next. So long. Hey, ho ho. Welcome to the part of the video where I improvise a thank you, and I don't know why I did this energy. I have to hurry, my mic stand is held together with hope. Thank you so much for watching. A very big special thank you to our $5 a month patrons, Dorian and Liam Anderson. If you want to be a part of those names and just keep this leaky vessel floating, go and check out our Patreon. We have some stuff that you can watch that's only exclusive there, like our Far Cry Villains video and some deleted scenes from some Emilio's videos and stuff. I might put stuff up there too someday. You don't know. You'll never know unless you go and do things there. That got really aggressive on me for a second. I got swept up in the energy. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the videos, there's plenty of ways to do that. You know all of them by now. I'm not going to tell you them. They're good algorithm stuff that you can do, and I choose you. Only you can prevent this channel fire. I've got weird brain stuff going on right now, I guess. Yeah, I tried some new stuff in this video. I hope you guys liked it. Namely, not putting background music in. I feel like it'd be easier to hear me that way. I left the music in for this part. It feels traditional at this point, but let me know if you'd like the ambient music back for the next video. I just wanted to try something. We'll see how it goes. If you have any other comments or anything, let me know. By the end of this series, I want to do like a Q&A, so if you have any magic related questions or questions in general, feel free to comment them and I'll get to them when I do that video, I guess. Check out the streams. There's other videos on this channel. Yeah, I don't really have a pithy ending for this one. Have a good week. Have a good 2 weeks. In fact, you know what? Have a good month. Do that for yourself. And take care. Bye.